everyone, how are you doing? Welcome back to FluentCast, the podcast that helps you improve your English while diving into topics that really matter. I'm Diego, and today we're talking about something that I think a lot of us can relate to, burnout. You've probably heard the term before, right? But what does it really mean, and how can we deal with it? That's what we're going to explore today. Before we dive in, just a quick reminder, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any episodes. And if you're looking to improve your English one-on-one, we've got lessons available at Fluent English Academy. So, before we jump in, I just want to quickly run through some vocabulary that'll pop up in this episode. These are like key words that help us get a handle on what burnout actually is and how it feels. So, listen up. First, we've got stress. You've probably heard this one a bunch, right? It's that feeling of being under pressure. Could be from work, school, family, whatever. Then there's fatigue. Now, fatigue is kind of like a fancy way to say you're really tired, way past just needing a quick nap. Next, we've got overwhelm. That's that feeling when there's just too much going on and you're not sure where to even start. Another big one here is resilience. This is all about how well you can bounce back from tough times. And last up, we have detached, which means like feeling disconnected or just not really caring about the stuff around you. So, now that you know some words that will appear here, let's talk about burnout. The first question is, what is burnout? So, burnout isn't just being tired after like a long day. It's this kind of exhaustion that hits you on every level, physically, emotionally, mentally, and it usually creeps up when you've been under stress for a long time. You might feel like you're just dragging yourself through each day, constantly tired. Ever feel like that? Like no matter how much you sleep, you just don't feel refreshed? Yeah, that's burnout knocking. It can also make you lose interest in things you used to really enjoy. You might find it hard to focus or even get overwhelmed by simple stuff like answering emails or just getting to work. Sound familiar? A lot of people deal with this, sometimes without even realizing they're burned out. Let's think about why burnout actually happens. Usually, it's from dealing with stress for way too long. So, if you're like in a high-pressure job, working long hours, or even in a situation where you feel, underappreciated, like no one's noticing all the effort you're putting in, you're way more likely to hit burnout. And it's not just about work either. It could be personal stuff too. Maybe you're looking after a family member or stressing over finances. You start to feel detached, almost like you're just going through the motions in your own life. And you might even get irritated or angry over small things that wouldn't usually bug you. It's like your mind and body are both shouting, "Hey, I seriously need a break!" So, how do you know if you're burning out? Some common signs include like always feeling tired, just that constant fatigue that doesn't really go away. You might also notice you're losing interest in things you used to actually enjoy and feeling like everything is just too much to handle. Some people start feeling detached, like they're not really there, kind of like they're watching life happen from the sidelines. Then there's the tendency to skip out on stuff, maybe avoiding meetings or not showing up to social events. And mentally, it can get tough to focus, even on things you'd normally find interesting. Let's be honest, in today's world, we're all working longer hours. A lot of people are in jobs where they're expected to be on all the time, responding to emails, attending endless meetings, or feeling like they can't take a break. And for students, it's no different. There's pressure to study nonstop, pass exams, and make something of yourself. That kind of pressure, especially without enough downtime, can lead to burnout. It's exhausting, right? And when you're constantly under stress like that, it takes a toll on your body and mind. But here's the good news. Burnout is preventable. I know, it sounds like a lot to handle, but there are actually some super practical ways to keep it in check. First things first, you gotta take care of your body. That means eating well, getting enough sleep, and moving around regularly. Yeah, easier said than done, right? But even small things like going for a quick walk or making slightly healthier food choices can really help. Another biggie is managing your time well. It's about setting, realistic goals and figuring out what really needs your attention first. Not everything has to be done right now. Try breaking things into smaller steps and take regular breaks to keep your energy up. And don't forget, it's totally fine to say no sometimes. You don't have to handle everything all at once. The real key to avoiding burnout is balance. Finding a healthy mix between work, study, and relaxation. You've got to make time for yourself to relax, unwind, and recharge. Whether that means spending time with friends, watching your favorite TV show, or just sitting quietly with a good book. It's important to give yourself a break. You can't keep running on empty. If you feel like burnout is creeping in, reach out to someone, whether it's a friend, family member, or even a professional. Sometimes, just talking about how you feel can help take the weight off your shoulders. All right, folks, that's it for today's episode on burnout. I hope you learned something valuable and that you're feeling a little more equipped to handle stress before it gets to the point of burnout. Remember, it's all about taking care of yourself, managing your time, and finding that balance between work and rest. And hey, if you want to dive deeper into topics like this or practice your English skills one-on-one, you can always book a session with me or any of our amazing teachers at Fluent English Academy. We're here to help you reach your goals, whether they're language related or beyond. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Don't forget to subscribe to FluentCast so you never miss an episode. Stay healthy, stay balanced, and, as always, keep learning. See you next time.